I'm
That's what
not, because last time I don't know what happened, right?
Later, can you go over like stop loss and like you how you determine your stop loss?
Okay, so yeah. So yeah, that's fine, right? So we'll talk about stop losses and stuff and how do I determine it. And bro, if I take a trade, my stop loss, especially if I'm in there with size and stuff like that, that stop loss, I will rather take a paper cut than all of a sudden you enter and the price just drops on you or goes the other way and you're like, what happened? You got 1,000 share, goes the other way, $2, and you're like, damn, I'm just down $2,000 and it never hits you, right?
Yep.
So let's go, right? So I was making some videos for, I'm trying to like get a little course together for the new guys so I don't have to keep repeating it. So let's see how I enter and exit, right? It doesn't matter how I do it. How do I make this? There it is. All right. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened to the webcams and stuff like that, right? So this is how I trade, right? So you guys already know that some of you guys I already did one-on-ones with some of you guys, or it was so. So let's just go over AMC. So AMC. So some of this stuff is going to be new, some of the stuff repeating, right? So I'm going to do, usually I draw my trend lines from the daily, right? But I'm just going to stick with what do you call it? The pre-market, right? So this is pre-market AMC. Can you guys see it or no?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so this is pre-market AMC. So look, right here, I'm going to put one, right? I'm going to change the color. So this is one of the pre-market high. I'm going to draw a pivot line, right? I discussed pivot. If you don't know what I talk about pivots, then you guys, I'm making another video so you can watch it later, right? I'm making a video on it, but some of you guys that are already with me, right? You guys already know about pivots, right?
Yeah.
Right? Pivot. So we talked about pivots later, right? So now this is going to be another line right here. Let's get rid of this color so I know. Yeah, right. That's fine. This is not pre-market low.
Yeah.
Guys, if you could go on mute, like if you guys have some other things going on, I appreciate it, right? So right here is pre-market low. Can you guys see this or no? Just engage with me a little bit. So this is pre-market low. So this is
Yeah, we
pre-market,
can see.
and we're going to make sure that this is pre-market low right here. So now that I have the pre-market information, right? So I know that this is pre-market low. If it gives up this line right here, I'm going to throw in another pivot. If it gives up this line right here, I don't want nothing to do with this stock. I'm not interested. This is going to be garbage to me. This stock is going to be garbage to me, and I'll see what it does. So that is the last line of defense. Let me get it on. This is the last line of defense right here. So I got my pivots working. So in the morning, like I said, I don't usually take trades the first 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. I see how the stock is reacting. I have multiple screen, or I just watch one thing because I know this was on the news and this thing is hot. So right here is pre-market high. Right here is pre-market low. Everything else is my playing field right here. So what happens in the morning? I actually took a trade and I lost $4,000 because of my son. So when the stock opened up in the morning, so you guys know about wicks, right? So what I'm looking for is wicks. So what are wicks? So that means when it opened up, this stock tried to go all the way up to 1536 and it flushed down. So the buyers came in and they tried to take the stock all the way up and they failed and it wicked out. Same thing right here. The sellers tried to bring the price all the way down, but buyers came in and the price went all the way up right here. And when you start seeing wicks, near your support and resistance line, you want to see confirmation. Hey, you know what? There's some buyers here. There's some sellers over here. Are you guys with me so far or no?
Yes.
We're looking for wicks. So that's what wicks means. So I'm looking at wicks near my support and resistance line. So I want to see, hey, is this thing going to hold? Look, so I start seeing wicks and I'm like, you know what? They're trying to bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. But I don't take the trade right away. So right here, so let's look at some trend lines right here. So right here, I see a trend. And let me know if you guys see a trend also. Do you see a trend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right here, trend. So let's get my view up in. So I want to see view up. So right here is my view up. Now I love trading with view up because you know what? Everybody else, it's as simple as this. If it's below view up, the price is weak. If it's above view up, the price is good, right? It's strong. And I want to see if view up is going to hold. So right here, the way that you draw true trend lines, you connect two pivots. So you got the first pivot right here, then you have another pivot right here, and you go down with it. So you're connecting two candles with their either lower highs or lower lows, and you're trying to go up with it, and you're saying, okay, you know what? It's holding trend, and that's how you draw your trend line. So right here, when I'm looking at it, so I'm just doing it, okay, it's giving me signs, it's giving me signs of like trend lines and stuff like that. So what happens in the morning right here? So when I came into this stock, right, I took this trade right here. I put in a lot of size, and unfortunately I could not exit. So I did not have a stop loss because I entered, my son came in. So how do I determine where to put my stop loss? So this is a $13 stocks, am I correct?
Yes.
So I'm willing to lose 10 cents at the time. What is going on here? What is this?
Yeah, I'll take care of that. You go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know what just happened. So if this is a $13 stock, right? I want to lose 15 cents, 20 cents on it. I'm willing to gamble that, but I don't want to use the word gamble, right? So 13 cents. So right here, so if I'm entering right here, if let's just say this thing is holding, right? If this thing is holding, like I said, I always risk, if I'm going with a lot of size, I always risk 10 to 15 cents. So when I put in a trade, I don't, I go in with limit, right? I don't go with market, I go with limit, and I automatically put, 1% or, 13 cents as my stop loss. So if it goes against me, I do it. I'm okay. So when I go take a trade, I hit trade, I can do it. I can go with it. Give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second. My thing is flickering out over here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on right here. Hold on. All right, hold on. Can you guys see my screen or no?
Yeah, we can
No.
see it.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
All right. So my stop loss is always going to be right below here, my stop loss. So now I see during the day, I see that this is my last line of defense. The stock comes down all the way to my last line of defense. Do you guys see it?
Yep.
Okay, it comes down to my last line of defense. And what does it do? It gives me a strong pullback right into here. It gives me a strong pullback right into my VWAP, but it doesn't reclaim VWAP. See this? Then what does it do? It gives up and it comes back. So right here, I have my lowest point of the day. And this is how I'm determining my entries right here. Can you guys see the highlight here or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, it gives me a higher low. It doesn't come back to here. It gives me a higher low. So I'm looking for entry. Then I want, right, because this is still weak. I want this to come back and hold this line. So what does it do? So now I like to trade with trends. I just automatically put a trend line. I automatically connect this low into this low. And I said, okay, what is it doing? So it comes back and I start seeing it. I want you guys to start seeing this. It starts wicking out. Hold on. It starts wicking out. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see the wicks over here?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it starts wicking out right into it pierces right into my support line. So I take a position because I'm looking for signal, right? I'm looking for signal. What is this stock doing? And can I get an entry? So I'm looking for signal. So right here, it breaks trend. And I also have a triangle. Do you guys see it or no? I actually took this trade, right? So right here, look what it does right here. I have a wick right here. It breaks my triangle. I enter high right here. I take an entrance right here. What does it do? It tries to go up. Hold on. You know, it tries to go up high of day right here. It gives me another wick. I enter high of day and I take it up for one candle ride, or, you know, all the way up. And I said, you know what? It's closer to VWAP. If this thing cracks VWAP right here, there's a lot of shorts that's going to be forced to cover because they have their stop loss at VWAP. And look what it does. It goes all the way up. Do you guys see my thought process here? So I know that it held the pre-market low. It came back. It gave me a higher low. Then it comes up. It's holding. It's showing that this line is strong. And I enter of high of this candle right here. I enter at the high of this candle and I go up with it. And my stop loss was literally 10 to 15 cents, not even 5 cents sometimes, because I'm throwing a lot of shares. Do you guys see my thought process or no? Are you guys able to
Yes.
comprehend?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the stock comes up here. It's holding VWAP. Do you guys see the wick right here? You guys see the doji? So it's holding VWAP, right? It's holding VWAP, and I'm showing you guys this in the chat room. I said, okay, you know, so do I enter right here? I don't enter right here. I took another entrance right here. Do you guys see why I took an entrance right here? Because I have a support line and it's showing that it's holding. So I entered right here and I rode it up. Same thing, I got out right here because this was my, if you look at it, this was pre-market high. Pre-market high. So I said, I got out right here. Then what does it do? It goes up right into this pivot right here, right there. It goes into the high of day. And what does it do? It rejects. Do you guys see it? It's rejecting. Now, whatever I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys go back into the chat room, I'm explaining my thought process. I'm throwing in the charts at the same time. So if I'm supposed to re-enter this and I say, you know, if it breaks $16, the whole dollar mark is going to go. So what I wanted to see it was break this and rest on this line and go up again, but it doesn't do that, does it? You guys understand why I took that entry or no? I want you guys to understand why I took the entry down there.
You waited till it gave you the like 30% pullback.
Yes, yes, that's correct. Not only that, it held pre-market low. It really truly held. So I know that somebody is controlling this, then I have a nice trend line going. So that was literally my thought process. I do not like taking random entries. Now look what it does. It tries to break high of day from right here. When it opened in the market, it doesn't, it goes back. It comes back, and now I have another trend. I have another trend, hold on. I have another trend. Connecting this low right here. I'm connecting this into this. It's an early trend line, but whatever, I'm connecting this, and I want you to see how this thing holds. So if you wanted to short it, right, you could have literally started shorting it from right here and go down with it. Look, it's literally perfectly holding the trend. It gives you a wick, doesn't crack, the same thing, and it does literally a mirror move. Comes back. It's literally doing the inverse of this. Whatever happened here is doing the opposite here. So right here in the chat room, I said, you know what? This is a strong trend line, guys. Watch if it's going to hold. Right here, same thing. Same thing when then I said during the day, hey, listen, I don't see anything I like. Everything is going down. I don't see anything. I went and during the day, middle of the day, I took a nap. Do you guys remember that? If you guys were on the chat, how many guys do you remember that?
Yeah,
I remember seeing that.
So when I woke up from the nap, I see literally this thing is on another trend. And I said, you know what? If this line holds, we are good. So I sent a message out. I'm like, hey, this line has to hold. So what happens right here? It gives up, but because I had a pivot line right here, do you guys see the pivot line that I drew?
Yep.
I'm using the wicks as my information. This is literally the low of pre-market, even though I have the bodies right here. I put it underneath the body, but I put it underneath the wick also. Look what it does. It tries to break it. Then you see this bullish engulfing candle right here. Do you guys see it? Right there. Bullish engulfing goes up and it holds this line. At $12.13, I entered risking this line right here, literally a couple of cents, not even 10 cents. And I got out right here. I got out right here. Right here, I got out. On my, and you know what? I couldn't jump on my computer because I was still sleeping. I took it on my Webull account and I showed you guys a screenshot, right? I had like $200 or something in there. And this was a 10% gain because from that $200 account, I made 20 bucks. And I get happy when I can grow $20, you know, even though I made $8,000 shorting GBR, but this was my most happiest trade right here, right there. So I got, there's another trend line right here. So I got out right here because I had a feeling, you know what, it's not going to crack VWAP in the first process. Are you guys with me so far? Any questions?
So do you look at the candles near the VWAP? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. I see how the candles are reacting to VWAP. So look, as soon as I see this, as soon as I see that it's wicking out, it doesn't look strong to me, right? But then I also look for the pullback. Remember on one of my lessons, I look for the pullback. So, and I also look at trends. You know, if I can get a trend, if I can get like a little trend going, I also see what it's doing, you know? So right here, I get a pullback and then it tries to go break my trend. It doesn't. Then it gives me another pullback. But I see that if I enter on this pivot, even though I'm drawing it for you guys right here, if I see that, hey, there's a pivot right here and it goes up, it finally breaks VWAP, but I'm already out of position. So I'm looking at how is it reacting to VWAP and if it's going to break VWAP. But I don't enter here. I'm already out of position here, but I'm actually watching this. And look what it does. It finally goes up. It takes a pierce at VWAP and my resistance line right here. So it doesn't break. Finally, it goes into VWAP, breaks it for a little bit and falls right back down. So you see how this thing is reacting near the resistance line and VWAP? It breaks both, but look what it does. It breaks both of them down. And previously, we were already in a downtrend. So this was literally, if you want to call it, this was a channel, like the pullback channel right here. This is how I'm processing it in my head. Are you guys understanding?
Also at the bottom when you're processing.
Yes. Where? Right
Like
here?
right under the chart, like the little, like you see
Right
how,
here?
no, like right under there, like the volume.
Yeah, the volume, yes.
Yeah.
I also look at the volume, of course, you know what I mean? If the volume is dead, I'm not trying to enter, I'm not trying to do anything. If the volume is literally not giving me anything, it's literally dying out. I think I posted on the chat room, somebody posted a stock. If the volume is literally like low, dying out, I'm not trying to enter. I'm looking at candles, you know what I mean? I am looking at the volume. But to me, when I'm trading, I'm like more into like the candlestick and the price that is giving me than volume. I do look at it, I do see it, you know? Any other questions? Or should I go into another chart? Any questions, guys?
Yeah, let's do a couple of more charts for the guys.
All right. Do you guys have any questions before I move on from this? Are you able to see the trend lines? Are you guys able to see without, even if I take this off, even if I take all these guys, all these things off, are you guys able to mentally see these lines or no?
Yep.
Are you guys able to, let me get rid of everything else because I did one-on-one with a lot of you guys. You guys should be able to, what the heck, or is this? You know, you guys should be able to see, you guys should be able to see this without me, without even drawing anything. You guys should be able to see this. You guys should be able to see this. You guys should be able to see this. Are you guys seeing it or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys should be able to see it. Is anybody not seeing this? without even drawing anything. Your brain should automatically be able to focus in and see some of these things.
So my question would be, how do you see it? All right, I'm looking at it. I see the lines. I see how it's moving, but we're also like looking back, right? So
Yes.
throughout the day, how do you set it up where now you're watching it and you're seeing it as it's happening to know that, hey, you know what, it's going to continue in this
So,
direction.
okay, so let's take this for an example, right? That's a very good question, right? I'm glad you brought it up. So we know that this is the law of pre-market, right?
Uh-huh.
Am I right? Because we already established that from here.
Yeah.
So what does it do? When the price comes down here, what does it do? It gives us a pullback. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Then what does it do? It gives us another pullback. Am I correct? But
Yes.
this pullback doesn't go here, does it?
No, it stays up.
Okay, so what you can do, you can connect it right there. So you already have this, because at this time, you're not going to have all this information. Are you going to have all this
No.
information? No.
No, not yet.
But you're working with something. Am I right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
now you're like,
higher
you know what?
lows.
Yes.
Higher
So
lows,
now,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So now you're working with something, your brain, right? Because there's a lot of guys, they'll enter here and think the stock is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll enter here. Oh my God, look how strong it is. They'll enter here just to have the stock dump on them. You ever had stocks dump on you and you don't know why?
Yes. Yes.
So as a day trader, I'm trying to mitigate risk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for entries. Is it going to be a double bottom or is it going to be a higher low? I could work with a double bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I can work with a double bottom, right? But what does it give me? It gives me a higher low. So I said, okay, good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then how do I enter? Or do I wait for view up, or do I wait for break here from this candle? How do you enter?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so you could go as soon as you can go high of this candle right here, right? Hey, listen, do I really know it's strong? Okay, high of this candle, I see a wick, I see a hammer, it's piercing through it right here. It's, if it holds, I'm good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me just wait for view up. Let's let it wait for view up and retest, right? That's what, there's a lot of view up traders out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it goes up to view up, comes back, it's holding view up. You could literally enter from right here. You could literally take an entrance from right here.
Yeah.
Comes
Okay.
back up, go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's multiple ways to enter. And over here, we have a view up, we have a trend line, it's holding, right? So
Mhm.
in my head, I need, because I don't want to lose, right? You don't
Of
want to
course.
enter and lose money.
No.
So what signs are you looking at? What signs is this chart giving me in, because this already happened, right? This already happened. We're done. We're
Yeah.
looking at something that already happened. But if you look at the chat room and during the day, I'm posting this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys, I post a lot of charts.
Yeah. No.
I'm
I
not
saw.
trying to like, yeah, I post a lot of charts and I need you guys to start processing these charts,
Okay.
right? I need you guys to start processing these charts as the way that I do and seeing it like the way that I do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Start processing it, start hitting pivots. So this is why it is so important to start using price action in your trading, you know? Start using price action in your trading. This is why I tell you guys, I'm not just trying to say, hey, you know, I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but give it some information. You know what I mean? Give it some, look what it's showing you. Start drawing pivots on very high candles.
So on this chart at around 1300,
Yep.
is that's when you start to see VWAP flatten out and then eventually start to die down? Is that when
Yes.
you lose interest in it?
I do lose interest unless the price action is doing what I wanted to do around my lines. Because I already had a line, remember right here? I already had a line right here. And I know everybody and their mother's talking about AMC. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother was talking about AMC. So I said, okay, if this line holds, and how do I know if this line is going to hold? Look at this bullish candle right here. Look at this, bro. From 1187 all the way up to 1243. Then they try to bring it up again, then came right down, but it doesn't completely touch right here. So those are confirmation that I'm looking for, right? Because I already know that several times throughout the day, they try to bring the price down below this and they couldn't. You see how I'm processing this?
Yeah. So are you saying that you're taking into account the popularity of a stock
Yes.
in order to trade it under VWAP?
Yes, I will also consider that. I also know that this thing was on my list because if I'm seeing this, don't you think other people are seeing this?
Right.
Other chat rooms are seeing this. Other scanners are seeing this. Other news are seeing this.
Yeah. So you're taking it as an indication that's how
Yes.
everyone else is thinking.
Yes, because I'm a day trader, bro. I don't have, I mean, I do have two shares of this stock to my name, you know, but I don't care, right? I do not care about this stock, right? I have no likeness to this freaking stock. I don't care. You know, I'm just trying to enter. I'm trying to, one candle, 2, 3 candles, I'm out. I don't have any feelings to this stock, do I? I'm just trying to process. I'm just trying to process, you know?
So is the stop loss really just whatever you're willing to leave on the
Yes,
table?
yes,
Or-
yes. It's whatever you're willing to risk.
I mean, some of these wicks though, like the downward ones, like, are you measuring them and going, okay, generally speaking, sometimes it'll dip down
okay,
4
so
or 5
between
cents,
you
so I
and
should do
if
10.
I have 5,000 shares,
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna risk like 5 cents. If it stops me out, I'll re-enter.
I got you.
You understand?
Yeah,
If I have, guys literally see me, I go buck wild sometimes. I have 3,000 shares. If I have 3,000 shares, my man, I will risk. I'm not gonna risk 30 cents. Are you insane?
yeah,
I'm not even gonna risk 10 cents. Because if it goes against me, fine, I'll re-enter. I'll re-enter the next pivot.
I'm tracking.
You understand? I'm not going to just, I will re-enter. I'll re-attack. I don't mind re-attacking, but if I blow up my account, I have nothing to re-attack with. If I shoot all my ammunition and it goes against me and I have no bullets, then what am I doing?
Yep.
And if the stock is below VWAP, I'm not gonna fire all my bullets at once. You know, I'm not going to go crazy. Above VWAP, yes, it's giving me signs that it's strong. You know, are you guys with me?
Yep.
John, remember I spoke to you about this thing?
Yep.
Same thing, right? These are my lines, pre-market lines right here. This was a pre-market low, pre-market high right here. What does it do? Remember when I was telling you? This is what I was trying to go over with you. The stock goes on a downtrend, goes right into pre-market low. Am I correct?
Yep.
Pre-market low, one of the pre-market lows actually right here. We have another pre-market low right there. It goes right into pre-market low. One of the last lines of defense. It goes up, breaks trend, comes back, gives you a pullback, goes right away up.
Yep.
On VWAP. You guys see that? I know this is $200. It doesn't matter. You could trade any stocks.
So, I mean, this is after the fact, so you do have the uptrend drawn, but realistically, if you were watching this in real time.
If I'm watching this in real time, I needed to hold this line right here. And
Yeah.
I already have a downtrend. So right here, it
Yep.
breaks downtrend, pulls right into VWAP. It doesn't break VWAP. I have a line right here. I have a, what do you call it? This is a resistance line right here, right? So if I'm going to trade this, I'm going to want this to break, and I would have taken it right here to go up, pull back, go up. And I already have a trend line. I already established a trend line from here.
Yep.
This is how I'm processing it. If it breaks right into VWAP, let's just say it didn't go up, it came straight into VWAP, then I would have looked for an entry to go up. Look at Express. Look at Express right here. Let's do Express together.
Well, I think someone wanted to do HYLN and FireEye, FEYE.
HYLN?
Yep.
All right, let's look at HYLN. What the heck is this? All right. Pre-market, nothing going on, right?
I think
So-
the earning is coming up this week.
So if you guys want me, I'll do that later. I just want to go to the day trading stuff. If you want to like
go ahead.
be assessed, yeah, that's different. I just want to go through the day trading stuff, right?
Go for it. Yep.
So I want to go through the day trading stuff right here. Now look at VXRT just by the price section. Can you guys see a trend line or no?
Yeah.
How many of you guys can see a trend line?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yes,
So if this showed up on your radar during the day, right, on your scanner, how would you trade this? VWAP, view up is going up. Let's do a trend line right here. Can you guys see the trend line?
Yep.
Yep.
So look what it does, right? It gives up, it shows up on your scanner, goes up, pulls right back into VWAP, right? You draw a trend line, comes back, pulls right into your VWAP. I mean, sorry, right into your trend line. It's right by VWAP right here, a little bit far away. You could have literally entered, waiting for entrance right here. You could have literally waited to enter right here on high of day right here. It pulls back right into high of day. If you wanted to risk, if you wanted to enter below this candle, risking this much, which is nothing, right? Goes up, comes back right into trend line, goes up again, breaks trend line right here, reclaims it right here. Do you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
And this is all in hindsight, right? We don't know what it was going to do during the day, but
Right.
these are things that I'm looking at. These are pivots. Look, I see a pivot right here. This is why you guys need to start seeing it. I see a pivot right here. What does it do? Now I got a little, it comes right back into my pivot. I have a trend line, holding trend line. I feel better. This thing is way from VWAP. Look how, this is VWAP, and this is where the stock is. It's way from VWAP. If I wanted to scalp it, I would enter, write out 1 or 2 candles and get out. Of course, I'll draw my previous support and resistance. Am I right or wrong? But without drawing anything, if I wanted to scalp this, look at the price action it's giving me. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it?
Yep. And you're
Are you
seeing
guys-
the volume rise on the bottom. And
Yep.
that's giving you an indication as well.
Yes, yes, but the thing is, the candles to my thing is not big enough. I like seeing big candles. Right over here, the candles are dying. But however, for a scalp, I'm willing to go in. For a scalp, I'm willing to go in. So same thing right here. Do you guys see view up?
Mhm.
Do you guys see view up? So if you're watching this in the morning, look at this pivot right here from pre-market high. Look what it does. It comes right, it wicks right into it, holds, goes up, gives you a retracement, like a nice pullback, right? Gives you a nice pullback, does a straight job, gives you a nice pullback, goes right up, right up, right up, parabolic, right? Which I don't like. I don't like something going straight up. Then comes crashing all the way down. Where does it? It holds this pivot right here. Do you guys see it? It holds this pivot right here. It starts, what do you call it? It starts ranging right here, goes up, doesn't break. So the volume starts dropping out. When I see stuff like this, I usually avoid it. Then I want you guys to see there's a trend line right here. So for me, I rather have this go back, hold this line, show that it's going to hold this line, then take the trade. But once it starts going in a range and stuff like that, I avoid it. You guys understand what's range, right? When
Yeah,
it's
back
like
and-
consolidating,
and
when it's
forth.
consolidating, when it's consolidating. We don't play consolidation, right? So the better move for this, if I really wanted to play it, is hold this line right here or break high of day. You know what I mean? Break high of day, come back here, then go up with it. Or at least come back here, then go up with it. Away from view up. When it's like hugging, kissing view up, I hate it. Then it goes in a range. To me, this is like a no trade zone right here. Right here is like a no trade zone. I wouldn't trade it, you know?
Gotcha.
Are you guys understanding? Are we good?
Mhm.
Yeah. So if it goes up really sharp and comes down like that,
Yeah.
in order for it to earn your trust again, you're waiting for
Yes.
it to get back to one of those high
Yes.
points.
Yes, but look, it gives up. It gives up 50% of its run, bro. Do you guys see it? It doesn't. It gives up. It gives up. It literally gives up. You know what I mean? It was showing a lot of strength. It goes up really quick, then it dumps. I want to see like a, you know, like a stair steps. I want to see like stair steps, people controlling this. People controlling this, you know? Look, same example right here. Goes up really quick, then dumps. Am I right?
Mhm.
I want to see stair steps. Like, give me stair step. If you're going to go up, give me, you know, go up, come back, go up, come back, go up, come back. Give me something, you know? Those are the stuff that I like to watch. Give me a trend line. Give me something. I don't see a trend line here. I see a nice downtrend, right? I see a beautiful downtrend line. You know, I see a beautiful downtrend line, but I don't, these are stuff that I avoid. Like SOS, remember I put in the chat room, I said, I will enter SOS here or here. What does it do during that day when I posted the chart? It goes all the way here, goes right into pre-market support. This was the last line of support for pre-market. No, I'm sorry. Pre-market was the last line of support was right here. When it falls down in the morning, right here, it tries to hold. I mean, you could have scalped it. Look at this wick right here. Do you guys see it? It wicks right into this line right here, into this support. You could have scalped it, but then what does it do? It comes all the way back. This thing was 500K share float, so it's very, very short. Look what it does. It goes super parabolic, then comes right back into the same line right here. Do you guys see it?
Can you break down what you just said for me a little bit? You said
All right, so
the share float and
the share float of this is 500K.
Yep.
So if each one of us had $50,000 right here in this room, right?
Yeah.
We could have moved this stock ourselves.
Oh, wow.
To compare to 1 billion shares, you have 500K. This is super, super nano. And do you know why this thing moved up over here? Because a chat room, his name starts with T and S, sent out a newsletter at the time. And as soon as he sent out the newsletter, he was probably already in it, and it went parabolic. Reagan, I'm not allowed to say the name, right?
And now you find Gafford.
So Tim Sykes, right? You guys know Tim Sykes?
No.
Oh,
You guys
the guy,
know-
guy who,
Tim Sites. Yeah, I heard of the guy. I heard of the guy.
the guy
So-
trades in the mountains, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The commercials.
Yes. So Tim Sykes.
I've seen that too.
So Tim Sykes, guess what he does, bro? He sends out an email around this time saying, hey, I'm interested in this thing. How do I know that? Because I got the email.
So he's pumping it.
So he came in saying, guys, SOS. And this is what happened. I said, you know what? I'm looking to enter. And he takes it all the way up, makes it go super parabolic. So I wanted this thing to hold this. And then, I write it up, but this thing just dies, right?
Right.
So I don't have an entry. So when I started seeing this, I was somewhere right here. I said, you know what? I wanted to reclaim this. But when I saw it and my alert hit, it was too late. It went super parabolic. But look what it does. Look what it does right here. Look what it does right here. Are you guys seeing it? Goes down, breaks trend, holds this line, right? Holds, where is it? Where is this thing? Holds this line right here. Do you guys see it? Same thing, holds this line, pre-market, all day it was holding this line. And once again, what does it do? When it flushes down, after this going parabolic again, it comes right back into this line, breaks the downtrend, right? Breaks the downtrend, and you could have scalped it. Then it starts ranging right here. We do not trade ranges, right? But it's holding view up, then it goes up again. You could have literally tried to take an entrance right here, 296, and got out for one candle move, 15, 20 cents. If you have 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, you make a couple of hundreds and you're out.
The lines that are on the screen right now, are those the ones that you showed me how to do from starting from the 1 day mark?
Yes.
Okay.
But as a new trader, you always want to look at, and sometimes I do it. If I have time, I always look at the daily and I draw my lines the same way that I showed you guys. But if I'm doing this and I feel confidence and you know what, I have some lines to work with, you want information to work with. Am I correct or no?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you're not just going to take random trades, right? You don't want to take a trade here. You want to see that this line is going to hold. You're going to see that this line is going to hold. And you want to, better yet, you want to see this thing clears out. If I'm looking at this, I want to see this line clear out. Once this line clears out, you could have taken a scalp at it, but the price action was so choppy. The only play for this was right here. The only play for this, if I saw it, I would have loved it right here. If I saw a wick like this, I would have entered and gone up with it.
Is there a way, sorry to derail, but is there a way in TD to get the similar percent gainers on your dashboard?
I don't know how to get it on T, but the thing is, right?
Wait, hold on. Question. What do you mean the percent gainer? Is a scanner you talking about, or?
Yeah, so my problem that I had like last week, I was just trying to implement some of the things that I was learning from Fuhad, and I was looking at TradingView because that's what he uses. But then when I would see like, okay, I need to enter, I was having to go over to TD and manually get buy orders submitted, and it was just taking a lot of time. So I was trying to find the best way to have one dashboard to be able to quickly see everything and do everything.
Yeah, there's scanners you could set up pre-market, post-markets, and all that, right? You could do it by percentage. There are some of the videos that I posted on YouTube. You could look into that, how to set up the scanner, or I could just share it with you guys on a script, and you could just add it to your Thinkorswim,
Okay.
and go from there. That should give you like a watch list type. I'll send it over to you. Just ping me after the meeting
Okay.
in Discord, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Sorry for
Yep. No problem.
Bro. Those are good questions, right? So look, I drew another trend line right here, and look, it was holding this trend line right here. If you wanted to do it, it wasn't giving it up. So another thing I want to talk to you guys, right? So you see how this thing right here just goes all the way up? It's called bump and run. This is another, when you talk about head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, there's another thing called bump and run. It's another one of those what do you call it, man? Another one of those Reagan, what do you call it, bro? I'm losing my mind right here. Like,
What are you referring to?
like a process, like when you look at like chart patterns and stuff, like there you go, chart patterns. Like bump and run is like another chart pattern. So they have different chart patterns, bump and run. Remember last week I talked to you guys about triangles and stuff like that?
Yep.
Was it 1 or 2 weeks ago, triangle?
Yeah, I think you're talking about ascending, descending.
Yep. Do you guys see the triangle here? I just drew it. I just saw it. Do you see it? The triangle?
Yep.
I just saw it. I mean, this wasn't something that you see how you just see it, the triangle right here? Can you guys see the triangle right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those of you guys are in Thinkorswim, right? I could share the automatic scripts for the triangles and all that other stuff, support and resistance. I have that, and I'll be happy to share with you guys in the education channel. I'll post it up. Auto support and resistance, auto trend line, auto triangles, things that you look at. So I'll share that with you guys end of the meeting.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah. So when you draw these trend lines and support lines, like which charts do you pick? Like, is it the pre-market charts or are they
So
the
we
live
always-
charts?
We always start with what the pre-market is telling us, right?
Yeah, that's very, very important, right? If you see pre-market, you always want to draw multiple pivot line around support and resistances on the level. Either it's a double bottom, triple bottom or triple top, whatever, for it to come down or go up. But if it breaks the pre-market low, it's a short. Automatically, you will see it on the chart. But if it breaks pre-market high, it typically runs off and comes back to the point again. So
sometimes stocks start moving because those are news driven, and those start moving like 11 a.m. So how long do you suggest we should watch them?
So if
Like,
something starts moving at 11, right, then you're going to go back to the daily because you don't have any pre-market information. You're going to automatically switch over to the daily or the 4 hour, and you're going to start drawing you're going to go back into a line chart and you're going to start drawing. Do you understand?
Yeah, if you want to see tops. So what happened on Friday? It starts just, I think so, maybe some news came and it went 11, 10:30 or 11, yes. It start moving up quickly.
there has to be some sort of catalyst that pushed it up.
Yes, some catalyst right here. I mean, some catalyst moved it up, but literally, I mean, you would have to, if you're going to trade this was very fast moving. The only pullback it gave you is right here. You see how this went huge candle, came back. So if your only play, if you wasn't able to enter right here, this is what I talked to you guys about pivots, right? Watch for pivots, draw a pivot. This is a huge volume candle. So right here, it never comes back. You would have never caught this. Between me and you would have never caught this. This is why I like to short, because once the move is over, you would have never caught this.
Yeah, you're holding the lot. So
Yeah, theoretically, there's no entry in this chart at all.
No, I would not. I would
Because
not.
always below the VWAP and then sudden burst of
This
candle.
moved, the news came, it moved. By the time you would have entered this, I don't see any entries on this unless it goes up, pulls right into VWAP, not give up VWAP, right? Then you look for entries, but this thing just shoots straight down and just ranging right here. So even if you're trying to hold this, you'd have you would want, I would want it to like at least clear this. At least you want it to clear this. You know, at least clear this, come back here and clear it. But now you're forcing trades, you know? Now let's see something. Now you're forcing trades right here. So it gives up. You're forcing trades. So if you have a trend line, right, comes back, you'd want to like take an entrance right here and go up with it. But this thing just dies. This is why like I don't like stocks like this. You see what I mean? This is why I don't like something goes all the way up and just freaking dumps. Unless you're really good at quick and you don't want this. This is the same thing I see. I don't like price actions like this. I like when something goes sideways. You know what I mean? Sideways. I want to see control. There's no control here. This is just hit and run right here. There is no control here. Unless you're really good at entering and you want to chase this thing, there's nothing here. There's too much negative action right here. You want something that gives you a little bit of control. You want to see something that gives you a little sign of entries, you know?
Yeah, I think Louis just mentioned a good point, right? If you're into small cap, you want to look at your Russells, right? If you're into mid to large S&P 500s, right? So look at your ETFs, see how they are moving and their performances. But these are like homeworks you have to do pre-night if you want to trade something, right? Either it's Catalyst or just a mover that you caught, you know, either from news or from scanner or whatever. You want to look at, you know, stick to one. Don't jump into everything you see. Just, you know, pick one, do your work, and then move with it. You know, paper trade it. That's the best way I can tell you to make money. You know, if you practice all day, that's what I do, right? When I'm home, anything doesn't matter. Just practice it, paper trade it. That will give you
Confidence,
good,
you know?
yeah, give you confidence, right? If you lose money on the paper, that's, you know, you're learning from it. Make sure you take notes why it happened. Always ask yourself the question, why am I doing this, right? Then you will realize that your trades become much more effective over time. You know, Fuad is here, myself, DT, whoever, ping us. We'll try to help you, right? Struggle with, you know, entry, exit, whatever it is. Take the time to learn, you know, invest in yourself. I don't want you guys be always depending on us for alerts. You know, take a trade on your own and say, hey, you know, this is how much I made. Doesn't matter, $5, $10, $20. But if you could make a good trade, that will put you on a good bucket of, you know, being a better trader than rest of us. You know, I'm just saying it. I'm learning new things every day. You know, even Fuhad's like, we talk all day, either messaging, DM, you know, we talk, say, hey, this is what's moving. Look at it. You look at it, I look at it. Each of us has different expertise, right? So that's why we brought you guys here so you could learn. You know, Lewis is very, very good with this chart. Fuad is very good with this chart. DT, I do more of a price action and flows, right? I do options, so my thing is completely different compared to Penny's. But there's always things to learn. You know, practice. That's what's gonna make you things, you know,
There
easier for
is,
you to
yeah,
see.
there is no magic, right? There is no magic to this, right? There is no magic to this. It's just that you guys, what I'm trying to show you guys is like you guys have to learn trends. You guys have to learn some of these double tops, double bottoms, head and shoulders, candlesticks. These are like your, how do I say it, man? It's like these are like your basics, right? And you other thing is, once you're bored, if you're bored at home, right? Pull up a chart and start drawing. See what do you see? Because then once you start doing it, your eyes are automatically going to see it. You'll be able to look at a chart like I'm looking at right now, and you're going to be able to, even if you don't draw it, you'll be start seeing it, right? Your eyes are automatically going to pick up on certain things. And it doesn't matter if you're doing big, small, it doesn't matter. It's the same concept, right? Once you can figure out the same concept, then you'll be good at it. Do I make sense or no?
Yeah.
I don't have a magic formula to this. I'm showing you what I see. And if I see it and some of my if it were, I'll scalp it. And I look for the same rejection, like my support and resistance rejection. I look at pivots, like I'm drawing it out for you guys, but I automatically, my eyes will see it. All right, it rejected right here, you know? There is no magical methods to this, right? I can
I
only
know.
guide you guys to see some of these things, you know?
Fuad,
Yeah.
quick thing that a lot of people I think still want to learn is short squeeze and how some of this thing work, right? What makes it so popular to trade around short squeeze? If you could give them like 2
So
minutes
short
over.
squeeze. So right here, right? So let's go to SOS. SOS. So when I'm shorting, right? When I'm shorting, I'm looking for rejections line, right? So this is what happens. So let's just say I start shorting right here on this candle, right? I start shorting right here, it goes down. So either I have a trailing stop loss, or the more it goes down, you know what I mean? I drag my stop loss. As a short, most people, most short traders, they have their stop loss at VWAP. Or if the price is right here, they have their stop loss right here. So what happens is when the long traders, right, when they push up the price here, it hits my stop loss, and there's thousands of people that have their stop losses right here, and we're forced to cover. The price goes insane. You start seeing big candles. Do you guys understand? So somewhere right here, this is what happened. Literally right here, there was people that had their stop losses right here, or they start covering and they're forced to cover when the price goes up. And when they're forced to cover, you get huge moves like this, huge moves, because all of a sudden stop losses are hitting. And it just, because when I am shorting, for me to get out of position, so over here is, you know how you, over here, you would hit buy. So if you're going long right here, you would hit buy. And when you're happy with the price, you made money, you would hit sell. When I'm shorting, I'm doing the complete opposite. I am hitting sell here and buy here to get out of position. And when I hit buy, I don't have that stock anymore. Same thing, when you hit buy here and you hit sell here, you don't have any shares. I'm doing the complete inverse. So when the stop loss starts getting hit, you're squeezing me out. Does that make sense or no? You guys there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
these next
when you
questions.
guys are, when something blows past that stop loss, you guys are forcing us to cover, and that's where the squeeze happens. All of a sudden, you're forcefully you're hitting my stop losses, you're forcing me to buy, and all when everybody starts buying, when all the short starts buying, that's when the squeeze comes in. We're not buying it naturally, you're forcing us to buy. Are you guys comprehending or no?
Yeah.
So when so as a short, I'm hitting sell, and for me to get out of position, I'm hitting buy. I'm doing the complete inverse of buying. Like I want to buy SOS at $2.63. So I hit buy, and you know what? I'm in the stock. And when I'm happy, I hit sell and I get out of position. But for me as a short, I hit sell here and I hit buy here. So when I buy, I'm forcing to cover. I'm buying the stock, even though I don't own anything. I am buying to get out of position. And that creates a little pump, and it goes up. But when everybody, all the short sellers are doing it together, it's called a short squeeze. You're basically forcing us to get out, and we are running for the hills, and we're getting out of position, and it creates that pump.
So, as someone who's looking to buy stocks and enter for them to go up, you're looking for whatever would trigger people that are shorting it to buy it.
Yes. And that's what these guys, that's what they do. So somebody that started shorting this stock here, the price comes all the way down. They're first covering over here. They're first covering here. But a lot of people, they have their stop losses right here by VWAP. So as soon as it comes to VWAP, it creates a chain reaction. You're forcing all the shorts to cover, mean buy, to get out of position. And then you get a parabolic move like this, and you can't even do anything.
Got you. So if you see like big candles, big pushes back towards
Yes.
VWAP, that's a good entry point once it cracks.
Yes,
VWAP.
yes, because now now you're like, you know what, all the short sellers, right? Like a guy like me who loves shorting, right? A guy like me already entered somewhere right here, And you know what? The stock goes all the way down. I'm so happy. I made money. The stock is going down. Then all of a sudden, some guy comes in and buys a crap load of shares. He forces my hand. I'm like, damn, my position, my money's going down. So you're forcing me to cover. And once all the short starts covering on something with such a low float, it creates this huge move. Because you know what? You guys have an idea. Hey, you know, my stop loss. You know, these guys, they know where my stop loss are, you know? A lot of shorts, they use VWAPs. A lot of longs, they use VWAP for their entries and exits. And when you force me to cover, it creates this big movement, you know?
I got what might be like a stupid question. So that first downtrend there, what tells you that that's actually people that are shorting it versus just people who are selling their shares?
So you see this big move right here?
Yeah.
This big move, right, are two things. These are either they shorted this thing all the way down, right? And they're coming out of their position, right? So once you start something big like this, these guys are already covering their position. This is an artificial move right here. But what happens is if when this artificial move starts coming in and you also forcing somebody to cover into VWAP, then you get a huge, even a bigger move.
I gotcha.
So when shorts, right, end of the day, you'll see that the stock goes up. All of a sudden, this thing goes down all day, all day. All of a sudden, you see the stock go up and you're like, damn, why did the stock go up? These are basically shorts covering.
Gotcha.
When the shorts cover, we buy. We buy. As a short, I buy, but I don't have anything. When I buy, I don't have that share, but I'm buying to get out of position. So it creates, even though I don't have a share, it still creates that buying pressure. It makes that stock go up. It's going to go back down again.
Exactly. So let me pause you there for a second. Exactly what happened with, GME or AMC. That's what the guys are trying to do, right? A lot of the short covering happened. If you could go to Fuzz, if you could go to how to find the most shorted stock list and show these guys how to find them, right? Just open up another tab and so you could come back to it. And then, so a high short squeeze is a good source, or short interest. So look into how this kind of things work, right? You have to identify, look at the float. What are the
Look right
how
here.
many days they have short covering left, right? Does this tell you? I don't think this one tells you how many days left.
No, this doesn't tell you how many days are left, but right here you can see the most shortest stocks right now.
Yeah, so that's where the buy ranking, I think, So typically what happens when short coverage days come into play, let's say a week from now, people have to cover their shorts, they start buying, right? Slowly, unless someone's pumping it, like, what WSB did with GME. That's insane, right? That's something you barely see in an open market unless someone's really, really moving things or revenge trading to push up the price. Go ahead, Fuad. It's you.
All right. So any more questions, guys, or no?
Can you do Faye? Can you do Faye and Halen quickly? Like 2 seconds.
YLN, right?
Yeah, that's for earnings coming up. So I think they are.
All right. So I'm just going to go to the daily, right? I'm just going to go to the daily. I'm not trying to look at anything else because I'm going to go to the daily. Let's see.
What is this?
All right. So on the daily, there's strong support right here at I'll even move it a little bit. There's strong support right here at $15. There's strong support. So it's coming right in. So there's strong support. Let's see right here. There's another support. Right here is resistance. Right here. Right here is resistance. Right here is resistance. Right here. So if it gets to 1570, I would buy, or if it reclaims 1680, I would buy. But let's look at all the earnings. Look at all these earnings, right? For earnings, this thing flies, right? So we have that. For earnings, you guys see it, right? This thing flies. For earnings, this thing goes up. So if you're trying to play earnings, good. But if you're looking to buy it, I would have waited for one of these levels before I bought it. This is something that DT is really good at, right? Because I'm not a swinger, you know what I mean? I probably get into on the same earning play and same day and get out. You know, I'm an earner that day, you know? I'm only an earner that day. I can care less, how I would only play it right here. So you know what? If it holds 1687, I'd go in. But where is the price right now? Hold on. This is not my cup of expertise. I'm not gonna sit here and try to, sound like, yeah. So it's right here. If it holds 1684, I would do it. And look, see this? It should break. Look, it should break. You guys see the triangle? So if it breaks right here, 1682 is where I try to enter this stock.
Yeah, it looks like it's on a descending triangle on
Yep.
a daily. That's what I have on my chart.
Yep. So like I said, this would be, if I'm trying to enter right here, if it reclaims 1682, I'd wait for it to go back up again, and
Yeah,
ride
I think 1521 is a stop loss. Then it's
Yep.
reverse.
So like, this is not my areas of expertise. What's my areas of expertise? When I see this thing show up on my scanner, that's when I look for an entry, and you know what, I'm Highland that day,
Yeah, let's move on to then Fate. If it's earning play, so I think it should.
You want to do it? You want to take over?
No. You do it. I'll.
This is not my areas of expertise. I'm not gonna try to sound here. I don't even know where the heck Faye is.
No.
Where the
I think we just trying to
Right,
expect a move.
FEY.
Huh?
FEYE, yeah.
What is it? F
EYE.
FEYE. I'm like, oh, there it is. This is. You want me to go into the daily? You should do it, bro. I'm not good at this trend thing. You should do it. I'm not.
Let me see. Let me see. Yeah,
You know what I see? All I see is this.
Yeah,
this. That's all I see in my eye, and hopefully my guys see it too. Higher low right here, doesn't come here. Higher low, boom, trend breaks trend. I'm good. This is what I see. This is literally what I see. Trend. This is literally what I see. Trend. Boom. This is what my eye sees. Are you guys seeing it or no? My guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. We are faith for today.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
man, I'm gonna
so I think just a quick recap,
Yeah,
right? On
yeah.
this earning things is very unpredictable, right? It's always 50-50 gamble. If you're into playing earnings, you should always do tight stop loss, or if you know the price range, do it on that level, because typically things could shoot up really, really high with a good earning, or it could dump, right? It's been happening the last few quarters where we have noticed significant dump after a stellar earning, right? It just dumps or it just pushes up. So like, for example, Zoom, and then look what Apple did. It didn't move and then it started dumping, right? And then our earning is a pure gamble. It's 50-50. We can't really tell, but if you're really good at scalping on the run up or run down, go for it, because no one really knows what's happening with this, earnings until it's like released and you see it in the price action.
You guys see what I just did?
That's all over the place, man.
No, but I know what I'm doing, right?
You got
Look,
the
I have a
support.
low of the day pivot right here, comes back into the low of the day pivot, goes back up. It's holding the low of the day pivot. Look, breaks trend right here, breaks trend. I put it on a trend trend right here, VWAP goes back up. This is how I'm processing it, right? This is me. I hope all the guys that I'm working with, they see it right away.
Well, based on what you said in the other video, or in our other talk, there
Yes.
seems to be like some higher lows going on right when it opened
Yep.
that you could scalp on,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I know that we are hitting the pivot and then going up, but why do you enter below the VWAP?
The reason I'm entering the below VWAP, right? Because look, low, higher low. So if I'm going to enter, this is what I'm looking for, right? It's higher low. I'm looking at entry. Just watch what I just do right here, right? Let's watch. See this? It holds right here. You guys, you see it? So I have a higher low right. It holds right here. So if I enter, my risk is this small. I can go up with it. because it doesn't come back down. You see, this
But
thing
below,
doesn't come.
but below VWAP is always a danger zone to enter,
Yes,
right?
it's always a dangerous zone. That's why I told you don't go max size, right? You don't go max size. You don't go crazy size on it.
So just go smaller if it's
Yes,
below.
yes. Because if it goes against your way, it's not. So you use like below VWAP, you use like 25, 30%, size. You're not gonna throw 4,000 shares over here and expect it to go up. You know what I mean? 150, 200, it goes your way. You could add to it or get out. If you make your money, you scalp out of it.
Got it.
But I just want you guys to see how my brain processes this. I identify the lowest and the highest. This is the highest right here. This is the highest right here. Whatever this is, I don't know what this is. This is the highest right here. Boom. You guys see that? This is the lowest. This is the lowest right here. This is the lowest right here. Boom. You see how he's holding? This is all I need to see. Then I look for trends. I look for higher lows. I look for VWAPs, how it's reacting. Then I enter. Right? So do you see it? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how my brain processes it. This is how I want. Hopefully, I can help you trade the way you trade, right? But I just hope that this little bit of information helps you, makes you better.
Yeah.
There's
Jump
there's
into
no
BB
magic
for a second.
indicators. Yeah, what happened?
Jump into BB BlackBerry.
So on that one, so hold on a second. Go back to that
Go
chart.
back.
FEYE. Yeah.
So you know how your last resistant right there
Yep.
is that hammer. Wouldn't that be a good entry right there because it hits support and
Yes.
the hammer for the
Yes,
bullish hand
exactly.
candle?
This is what I'm telling you guys, right? This is what I said in the beginning, right? Like look at this hammers. When you start seeing wicks near your lines, this and that, this is what you're looking for, right? We're looking for signs of the stock doing what I want it to do,
And then from there, it went up to the VWAP.
Yep. So if I'm scalping and I know, hey, look, there's buyers coming in. There's buyers coming in. I need signs. Look, there's buyers coming in, right? There's buyers coming in. This is what I'm looking at. Look, there's buyers coming in right here. Goes down. Look, buyers come in right here. So this is exactly what I want you guys to see if you're going to scalp in day trading. There's no magic formula, right? Do you guys see any indicators here? Do you see any indicators here or anything?
No.
No. This is you processing information. You're looking for every reason not to take a trade, but if he's doing what you wanted to do and he's making higher highs, higher higher lows and this and that, and he's giving you into your trend line and stuff, then you go in. Am I right?
Yeah.
You're looking for, we're not trying to go up. We're not trying to enter here right away, enter here, or we're not trying to enter here. Are we going to enter here? No, I'm not going to try to enter here, right? I'm not going to try to enter here.
Towards the right of this chart, like where it starts to tighten up a little bit, right underneath the VWAP line, are you gonna tighten up your stop loss there? Since
yes, and you know what I do? If it's going my way, I try to move up the stop loss. I go up with the stop loss.
I got you.
I go up with it. Right, guys?
Is a stop loss like an automatic thing, or is it just like manually you have to stop it?
Guys, give me 1 second, right? I have to go on mute. How do I go on mute?
Yeah, I'll take that while Fuad is working on. So on Thinkorswim, there's multiple ways you could do stop loss. Either you could do it manually or last saved order, whichever way you want. But typically, you put a number or percentage, right? When you do your order, it should tell you on the drop down either you want to do limit order, market orders, and then limit stop. Stop loss. There's multiple ways you could do things in terms of stop loss, but people typically do manually or percentage. For quick scalping, I don't know how many percentage of people actually uses chill stop, but I know for longer terms they do. So that's something you have to adjust on your side manually or percentage wise to let it swing up and down if that's what you're looking to do intraday. So
Thank you.
Does anyone just buy at market, sell at market, or Is there a way to make it quicker in TD Ameritrade so that
Yeah, there's hotkeys you could set up. There's tutorials on YouTube's or actually on TD Ameritrade sites. You can look it up, and I post up videos too on our ILM channels. You
Okay.
could look it up how to use stop loss or limits and whatnot. So it's
Okay.
all there. Yeah, just get the hang of it, right? Paper trade it with it and see how you could do it. You could do your last hotkeys. Like I said, you could set up the way you want things for it to work. Single button click from active trader list. So there you go. See, you never that's what Lewis said. Lewis is one of the guys. He's a super expert on charting and all that. So he's saying that never buy in market. You can always exit on market if you would like to get out faster. That's a very good thing because you will gap out on a pricing your profit, right? So you could buy, and then get out as needed. So not just market, you're gonna end up paying higher prices typically. But if you do a stop or like a stop limit, let's say 10 cents to a range up to 15 to 20 cents, that's something you could do. Once that
Sure.
price gets to that level, right? And then it will order your fill. But when
It's
you
just
exit, lock your profit, boom, you get out.
it
That you
was
can
the
do.
other day when I was playing around with having TradingView and TD up. It was like things were happening so quickly that by the time that I was getting around to like submitting the order at a limit order, it was
Mhm.
already up and then it wasn't getting filled.
Yeah, it happens because the price moves so fast with these lot of the penny stocks. So you have to really, see where it is, play around with your support and resistance price level, right? And then you could see what's playing out. I think that's a better way to kind of enter and exit if you wanna on a quick mode. That's you see your support, your resistance, and your pivot. You could mark it up on that price. I think that's something I do too if I'm looking at it. So
I got you.
Can you
What
please explain Lewis's comment? Because I'm a little confused about what he means by never buy on market. Sorry.
I think what Lewis meant is that if you hit a market order, right? Boom. So the price fluctuate, right? The way it moves every minute, right? So for example, if you hit a market order, the price is at already high and it pulls back, you will end up paying higher price compared to a limit price. So let's say it's right now currently at 5 cents and you put it at 5 cents, you will fill it at 5 cents, but then it drops immediately to 2 to 3 cents. You will lose that 3 cents in between, right? Because that's you putting it at a market order and not at a limit order.
Okay, thank you.
With limit, right, you're negotiating. With market, let's just say you want to go buy a potato and the potato is $2. So you just give them the $2 to do it. But the next guy is going to say, no, I want this potato for $1.95.
Exactly.
And the
It's a
guy is going
spread.
to be like, okay, I'll give it to you for $1.95. So with limit, you're getting a better price. With market, you just want it now and you want to cook it and you want to eat it.
It's
Yeah.
more easy when if you can try scalping with the paper trade, and first run you can give with the market buying selling, and other run you can give with the limit buying selling. You will understand what's going on. Like I
Yeah.
can give you my real example. I was trading Bitcoin, and I was a little confused because it was going way down. So I wanted to sell it. So you can say I just click it on buy sell market. There was, you can say, 605, and in this microseconds they pay me 585.
Yeah. So it's always good to get out at market order versus buying in because you will pay more money because it's the spread. If the spread is big, so for example, if you've seen, I think Thursday was it GME, right? My God, the spread was like 300 to like 2,000, 300 to like $1,000. It's what people puts up the price for, right? So let's say if you want to buy at $10 and I also put up a sell limit at $15, right? So there's a spread in between, right? There's like almost a $5 spread. If you hit that market, it might get filled in at that point if it once it hits a high price. So always do limit. And I'll show you guys how to do that on the next session. I'll be holding like midweek sessions to do how to do trades in thinkorswim, stop losses, and all that fun jazz.
Sure.
Like we're really trying here, guys. We really want to teach you guys all this stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're trying really, really hard to get you guys up to par and make you guys profitable traders, and
Yeah,
see
exactly.
all these things, So
Yeah,
like
I
this
appreciate
morning,
it.
I know this morning I'm trying to build like a little course, like, how you guys message me for this and that. We're trying, man, we're
Yeah, yeah,
trying.
we'll get things up for you guys. We really opening up things on a different manner, more from teaching and knowledge sharing, so that you guys could learn, right? You guys could take courses, all that, YouTube, whatever works for you. Everyone is not on the same page when it comes to learning, right? Someone understand things pretty quick versus someone understand things, when you repeatedly practice. It happens, right? Once you become good at it, then you just see it with your naked eyes. Like, hey, this is what I want to do. Practice will make you the best trader. And I'll tell you, anyone, even Fuhad, myself, DT, we chart, like, if you see DT's chart, that will come out probably in a couple of hours. Look into the ILM chart analysis chat, see how good he does it. He will give you like a 5-year-old understands it if you see the pivots, and if you see, how things are working out on this chart. Those charts are amazing. That's why, people calls him the chart god. Also, Lewis's chart, he puts it up on the post your chart tab. That's something you guys should look into, just to get hang of it, how he's doing things and whatnot. So what we are trying to do every Sunday night, we will put up 15-minute to half an hour videos for you guys to see what was done on the charts, and how DT gets to a point for longer play, because Fuad does a lot of day trading, but for longer play, things that you need to look at, top down analysis, right, from weekly, monthly, to your daily charts, to your shorter time frame. So things like that is very helpful. We want to give you guys everything, so you guys don't depend on us all the time to take a trade. You should start practicing on your own, so you become a better trader. That's my goal, for the group, or for everybody that's part of the group.
I want you guys to realize you guys can make a lot of money if you guys can learn how to do this. You understand? And you should never rely on anybody. You know what I mean? You should practice, and become good at it. Because if you're relying on somebody else, that's not really good, right? With anything. If you don't know how to swing a hammer, then you're not gonna build a house. You should learn, basics first, right? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, you want to become self-sufficient, because what if you go from one chat room to another chat room, and you're always looking for that answer, like, give me the next call, give me the next call. Why don't you figure out a way to get the next call yourself, right?
Sure.
Am I
Yeah,
right?
and no, absolutely. Myself or anybody will tell you, you know, by taking alerts and all that, yeah, we do the work, we put it out, but there's risk and reward to it. If you know when to enter and exit, it's always good for you, right? It's practice. That's what, I tell everybody, just practice whatever you want to do, master it, stick to one thing, keep it simple and stupid, right? Use the KISS methodology, keep it simple and stupid, right? What works for you, stick to it, make it better, right? That's the best way. If you're good at drawing charts, if you're good at, trend, whatever you're good at, make it the best, make it 100%. You will make money out of this, this crazy ass market, so like, keep doing it. And we are here to help. Just ping us, offline, online, after hour, whatever. This is the best way to get to either one of us. I think not only myself, Fuad, there's a lot of good traders. Wyatt is there. Obviously Lewis is there. Some of us are there. MH is there. He's very good at, showing things, teaching things. We try to simplify things for you guys, so you, a 5-year-old, could understand, hey, what am I looking at? What does this mean for me? So practice it. Join one of these calls every now and then. You will get to learn a lot. Watch the videos, whatever, here, YouTube, anywhere, doesn't matter.
We want to I really like, if I can teach somebody how to fish, man, you can fit a village, you know what I mean? If
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with, like, if you could figure this out, bro, and start seeing some of these things, and if you can make money, there's a lot of money to be made. You don't have to be, not everything is going to work for you perfectly. You're going to miss it here, miss it a little there. You're not going to process, but once you start seeing it, when you can digest some of these information that we're giving you, right, then then you can, it's really like you can make money. Don't think, how is this guy making money? Why is he so good? But the thing is, if this guy's showing you how he's doing it, and if you could figure it out, you could do it too, how much some of these other chat rooms they charge you just to have a webinar trying to like hold your hand. I'm doing one-on-one with you guys.
Yeah, that's something we look to do, going forward more and more for you guys. So, all right, so I think we are at top of the hour. We'll open it up for questions for the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? Because I'm getting hungry. Any questions?
Just my only questions are, or the only things that I still sort of need help with is setting up my Thinkorswim dashboard in the most appropriate manner. I know that you don't specifically use it, but if there's any guys that can.
I could set it up for you. Just ping me.
Okay.
Yeah, just ping me. Who's this?
This is John Spindler, SaaS man.
Hey, Sussman. Yeah, I DM'd you yesterday. I said just give me a shout after hour at night. I think you
Okay.
didn't see my direct message, so it's there. Let's do it tonight around 7, 8. I'll ping you, and
Okay.
then yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah. Do that. Message me. I keep saying it. Yeah. So that's one of our buddy. Yeah, ping me, and then we'll go from there. I'll set up both on a Zoom session, just to quickly set up what we see and how things done on Thinkorswim.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
guys, have a good weekend. Thank you everyone for joining. It was very, very good informational sessions. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you later.
You guys learn anything?
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Fuad.
I want to hear. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it,
All right,
brother.
brother. Yeah, and the meeting, Flood.
All right. How do I do that?
Just go on top. End meeting for all. So that should be do.
I see stop share. There you go. Boom.